We're here standing at the Adelaide Cemetery on the outskirts of the town of Villers-Bretonneux, where we've brought the Skillaroos on I guess, a bit of a journey really, just to have a look at some of the Australian history from the First World War and hopefully give them the opportunity to see the hardships that a lot of young Australian men went through around the time of the First World War, and it's pretty humbling and very moving, I suppose, when you do walk amongst the graves that you can see here behind me and dotted across the countryside here in the Somme. Just the ages of some of these young men who did come over and fight for their country. The stories of mateship and the sacrifices, you know, things that really, you know, make you stop and think about being Australian, and I guess what it means to really enjoy life as we do. Thanks to these guys who did give up their lives, many who we don't know who they are. There are no names on some of the graves, but thanks to these guys we're able to stand here now. I can sense already that it's going to be a very moving day, a very humbling day, and as we move through to some of the other areas, with the culmination of going to the school, having a look at the museum there, I'm sure that we'll be able to give you all a little bit of an insight into the history and I guess how it has affected and how it really does impact young Australians today.
Hello, we're at Villers-Bretonneux today, and I'm just standing behind me is one of the trenches that was used in the war here, where many Australians laid down their lives to protect this French village from the Germans. And it's just been a really interesting day to actually see the Australian history around here and how involved in the war we actually were. And around here somewhere, one of the sites is where the most Australian lives have been lost on a battlefield. So it's just amazing how much history there is for Australians around here. So it's been quite a very interesting day today.
The morning was, you know, early wake up and that it was a nice drive down here, and now we had the graves and that, and it's both my parents are French, so it's hard to find the ancestry kind of things back there, but yeah, no, it's quite moving seeing all these graves and that too. Yeah.
So I thought this morning was really insightful on what Australia's done in its past, and it's really important for us to actually understand and be appreciative of what our ancestors have done, and just really appreciative of where it has made Australia become today.
We had an early morning this morning, 5:30 we got up, had breakfast at about 6, had some croissants, which was good, and now we've headed off to the war memorials, where there's a lot of Australian soldiers here, and we've seen the unknown soldier, which there's a memorial in Canberra for him, so that's really good. And we're just looking around, it's very humbling, very humble feeling looking around here.
Pretty depressing as well, looking at all the ages of the people that were killed in the war. Most of them were about our age as well, and it's just a blowout to think that if that was us back then, how easy it could have been.
I enjoyed finding out where the Australian lost soldier at the Canberra War Memorials actually found and brought back to Australia, and it's unbelievable how many lost soldiers there actually are, and the amount of graves it's shocking to see really, but it was really eye-opener and enjoyed the experience.
I'm here standing in front of the town hall of Villers-Bretonneux, and it's fittingly on a street called Rue de Melbourne. Got the Australian flag flying here with the French flag and also by itself, and everywhere you go in this town there are reminders of Australia, and I think it's one of the things that's really hit home to the Skillaroos, and certainly to myself, is just how fondly they do view Australians. You can do no wrong in this town, and that's thanks to the efforts of the many soldiers who gave their lives during the First World War. And we've had a great morning. It's hard to know what to feel really, and how to put those sort of sentiments in words. It's been a very personal experience for the team, and hopefully it's served the purposes that I guess we were looking for, and that's to really help bring the team together even more. You know, we've heard stories of hardship of the soldiers who fought here, you know, how they've bonded themselves as mates, and that mateship really stood them in good stead, and hopefully they can take that back with them over to London in the next couple of days, and when they start competition, if things start to go rough for them, things don't go their way maybe they make a mistake, have a bit of a blue during competition, hopefully they can remember Villiers and remember everyone who gave their lives here, and probably put it into a bit of perspective and think, well, maybe things aren't that bad. Yes, I can keep going. And also use that camaraderie, that mateship of their teammates at the end of each day to really serve as a bit of, you know, support for them. So as I said, it's been a great experience here in Villiers. Great thanks to the RSL in Victoria for helping us out. And, you know, I think it's probably started a bit of an association with World Skills, hopefully, and the town of Villiers, and hopefully we can come back here either collectively or individually in the future. Thank you.